One local school district is looking into changing its preschool programming. We'll tell you what they are proposing. Plus, a shooting claimed a student's life yesterday and caused classes to be canceled at Purdue University today. We'll have more on that tragedy. And Jan Dugan is tonight's guest on Inform. All of that and much more is up next here on the 18 WJTS News. Hello, I'm Bradford Raths. We begin this evening with the arrest of a Jasper man on a felony warrant yesterday. 24-year-old Andrew Bowman of Jasper was taken into custody yesterday after being served a warrant from DuBois Superior Court, charging him with a Class D felony for theft. Last month, investigators with the Jasper Police Department began looking into the reported theft and illegal use of an out-of-state food stamp card. An affidavit says a woman who knew Bowman stated that she had given the card to him back on December 7th to get food for her children, but he had not returned the card. Court documents indicate Bowman, or those he allowed to use the card in return for a promised payment that was never made, may have made more than $400 in purchases by using it at several Jasper stores. Bowman was taken into custody by DuBois County Sheriff's deputies at his residence, and he was booked into the DuBois County Security Center. Changes could be on the way for preschool programs in one local school district. Last night, the Northeast DuBois School Board heard a presentation from Brenda Ferguson, Denise Merkel, Kim Miley, and Beth Cave concerning potential changes to the district's preschool program. Under the new proposal, 3-year-olds would attend preschool 2 times a week for 2.5 hours each session. Meanwhile, 4-year-olds would also attend twice a week, but for 3 hours each session. There would also be an optional third day on Friday for the 4-year-old age group. Now, currently, both 3- and 4-year-olds attend preschool twice a week for 2.5 hours each session. Northeast DuBois Superintendent Bill Hoaksong says the corporation is hoping to make preschool a more feasible option for everyone.
We offer preschool for 2 years, and right now about half of our parents are taking advantage of 2 years, and the other half are taking, 1 year, and then we've got some that can't make it at all. And we want it to be for everyone. We want to make it affordable and do all we can to get kids a head start on kindergarten.
The board approved allowing the group to gather data from parents on the feasibility of those changes. Also last night, Hoaksong told the board that the district has received grant money through the Indiana Secured School Safety Grant Program. Back in November, the district was awarded $14,650 from the state to make security upgrades in its schools. Hoaksong says the district plans to make improvements at the high school as well as at both Celestine and DuBois elementaries. He says remodeling the high school office area will be the most important of the upgrades.
Currently, we have a secure door where we ring people in and things, but once people get into our building, they have to make a turn and go up the hallway to get to our office. We want to bring people directly into our office so that they're in a secure location, and then we can take care of their needs right there rather than, them having access to the building as they come in.
Both Celestine and DuBois elementaries will be switching to keyless entry systems as part of the security upgrades. In final notes, the board received a surprise at last night's meeting. Students from Debbie Gladdish's 5th grade class presented passion projects at the beginning of the meeting. The projects, which are designed for students to find something that they are passionate about, involved students writing letters to famous people. These letters included one that was written to basketball star Michael Jordan. DuBois County Sheriff's deputies have released additional information about an accident we first brought you details of last night. Sheriff's deputies say 73-year-old Beverly Norwood of Birdseye was southbound along County Road 1025 East when she lost control of her vehicle due to ice. Norwood's vehicle went off of the road to the right where it hit a ditch, overturned, and came to rest on its top at the edge of the road. Norwood complained of minor pain while a passenger in her vehicle, 55-year-old Billy Pogue of Fairmount, suffered shoulder pain and a potential ankle injury. Both were taken to Memorial Hospital for treatment of their injuries, though sheriff's deputies say all of those injuries appeared to be minor. They say the use of seatbelts in this crash is believed to have prevented more serious injuries. Norwood's vehicle is believed to be a total loss, and County Road 1025 East was closed for about 45 minutes yesterday while the scene was being cleared. Celestine first responders, Memorial Hospital EMS, and a wrecker from Ubelor & Sons all assisted on scene. An original Milton-Madison Bridge pier is set to be demolished this week as workers prepare to slide the 2,400-foot-long bridge into its new location across the Ohio River. Transportation officials in Kentucky and Indiana say the 92-foot-tall pier will be toppled above the waterline with a blast that is set for 4 p.m. Eastern Time tomorrow, weather permitting. The bridge is set to be closed for about 10 minutes because of the demolition. A second blast later in the week will fracture portions of the pier underwater so they can be taken out and hauled away. 3 other original piers have been strengthened and are being reused, with the bridge to be slid onto the refurbished piers in coming weeks. The pier that's being demolished has been replaced with a new land pier in Madison. We conclude the news portion of our broadcast with tragic news from Purdue University. Family members of an engineering student that was shot and killed yesterday are expressing gratitude for prayers and support as they deal with the death of the 21-year-old man. Andrew Bolt was killed by a fellow engineering student in a basement classroom at Purdue's electrical engineering building yesterday. In a statement issued by their church, St. Francis Cabrini Parish in West Bend, Wisconsin, the Bolt family asks for privacy and says there will be public opportunities to pray together in the days ahead. Bolt graduated from Marquette University High School in Milwaukee, and school president, Reverend Warren Sazama, remembers Bolt as likable, kind-hearted, and a gifted student. He says Bolt's mother told him a person doesn't just wake up in the morning expecting her son to be the victim of a one-in-a-million tragic shooting. Meanwhile, hundreds of people gathered on the Purdue campus last night for a vigil in Bolt's memory. The suspect in the shooting, 23-year-old Cody Cousins, was arrested on a preliminary charge of murder. Police say they believe Cousins targeted Bolt, but are still trying to determine a motive for the shooting. That's been our news. I'll be back in a moment with your local forecast.